So you have this great section in your book on the general principles that parents can keep in mind when presenting Montessori activities or when their child is actually working or playing with a Montessori activity. Can you talk a little bit about that, please?
Yeah, of course. I think one of the first things is follow the child. So we say that and we think that everyone knows what that means, but actually it means like when when children arrive in the classroom, often the parents are like, oh, look, this looks nice, and they're wanting to lead the play, and instead of just waiting perhaps and seeing what the child will be drawn to, because they're the ones that are leading their own development and know what they need to be mastering. So it really takes a lot of skill to step back and just see what they choose and not step in. And then another part of it is also not talking the whole time when your child actually is in deep concentration, to say, oh, what colour is this? Or have you seen this? And naming everything, it's actually can be more distracting. And if you look at what actually breaks your child's concentration off, it's the adult themselves. So we say, children, oh, my child works only for 5 seconds, but actually we're sometimes, in the best intentions, thinking we're helping them engage in it, actually disrupting their concentration. So it's stepping back and letting the child lead and not interrupting. And then on the whole quizzing thing, it's like we're often so busy with like, oh, what's this called? What's this called? And actually we don't really test children, particularly with children under 3, because if they say that's a cup, then that's right. But if they say that's a fork, then you have to say, it's a cup. You got it wrong. And so we'd rather wait until they're so busy going, Mama, cup. Oh, Zahra, cup. And they're talking about the cup. And you're like, oh, is that the cup? And they go, yeah. And then maybe the next day, and they're closer to 3 at that age. Yeah. But they don't need it. Maybe you can be in more a language moment when you're looking through a basket of things, and then you're like, oh, cookie, and then you can talk about. There's so many moments for connection when you can do those language development, but when they're actually busy concentrating with like these materials, like we call them, the activities, then that's a moment just for us to watch and observe. And I think that's.
I love that. I love that you're talking about that, because there is. As there should be, there's so much focus on language for young children. Now, amongst the research that's coming out and the books that are being written, a lot of people are saying, talk to your babies, read to your babies, sing to babies, and that's totally true. They totally need that. But what we're not necessarily hearing a lot of, and is equally important, is what are those moments of silence that are really important. And it's, Dr. Montessori or Montessori teachers, when we're working, we talk so much about the concentration and how all the magic happens when they're in deep concentration. And actually, when concentration happens, that's when adults can kind of disappear, figuratively speaking.
No, it's working.
Yeah, it's working.